My sister wore my wedding dress to her engagement party. Without asking, I found out from a stranger's photo. I found out through a photograph sent by a mutual friend on a Saturday evening while I was away for the weekend. The message said your dress looks amazing on her with 3 fire emojis. The photograph showed my sister standing in the center of her engagement party in my wedding dress, the dress I had worn once, professionally cleaned and stored in a preservation box in the back of my wardrobe because it was not something I treated casually. She had a spare key for emergencies. She had apparently decided that looking good at her engagement party qualified. The first message I received from her that entire weekend arrived 2 hours after the photo. It said, "Hope you don't mind. I borrowed your dress for tonight. It photographs so well." Sent after the fact. Not a request, a notification. I drove home the next morning and went straight to my wardrobe. The dress was back in the box but not represerved correctly, and there was a mark near the hem the dry cleaner later told me had set into the fabric permanently. I called my sister. She answered with the bright voice of someone expecting a compliment. I told her about the mark. The brightness left immediately. She said she'd been so careful. I said careful would have been asking me first. She said she knew I would have said no. I said yes. I said that was exactly the point. That no was an answer she was entitled to receive rather than a problem to root around by waiting until I was 2 hours away. She apologized and I accepted it, because she is my sister, and that is what you do. I also changed the locks the following week and issued new spare key terms that specifically excluded accessing preserved wedding dresses for engagement parties regardless of how well they photographed. She has not argued with those terms. The mark is still on the hem. I have decided to think of it as evidence of a story rather than a ruined thing. Some days that reframe works better than others.